Yeah, they said they were starting the White House card last week, Tuesday matchmaking. They said they were starting it.
Damn.
I haven't got a call. I haven't got a jingle. I haven't heard nothing. So the old Sugar Show might not be on the White House. Don't. No, it's still far. It's still so far out. Like, I don't know. I'm seeing John Jones. I'm seeing GSP maybe.
I seen that.
Connor vs. Nate.
That's right, guys. Cain Velasquez is back, and I want you guys to hear me out. Call me crazy, but the oldest heavyweight champion in the world was Randy Couture, winning the belt and being champion at the age of 45, winning at 43 and then 45. What about Glover Teixeira at the age of 42? What am I trying to say here? I feel like right now with the shallow division, the heavyweight division, I do believe that if Cain Velasquez is able to come in, I do believe that he's able to make some damn noise. You got to remember, guys, after he retired for 3 years, came back, fought Francis Ngannou, and then eventually got hurt and called it quits. I still feel, guys, call me crazy, but I still feel that Cain Velasquez could be one of the top heavyweights in the world. And particularly this time off, you don't think he's been training? You don't think he's been doing push-ups, pull-ups, the whole damn nine? With that being said, what do you guys think? You guys comment down below.
Just wanted to get your thoughts with Terrence Crawford and Buckley. I know these questions about boxing and MMA guys.
Terrence Crawford and who?
Buckley. I don't know if you saw. They kind of
UFC Buckley.
Yes.
Boxing.
Well, he kind of mentioned that Shakur Stevenson's fight wasn't like as entertaining because he didn't go for like the knockout. He wants to challenge Terrence Crawford for boxing. They started tweeting a little bit. You know, I guess Buckley told, if it was a real fight, he would kill him. The whole MMA boxing stuff.
Are we still talking about this shit?
I just had to ask because it's been all over the place, just the concept of.
Well, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm not thrilled that you told me about it. Everybody knows how I feel about that. Mm-hmm. Crawford and Buckley boxing, or Crawford, who just made $55 million, is going to go street fight Buckley?
Well, I don't think he was implying that he would. Just kind of, I guess.
What's that?
He wasn't implying that he would do it, but it sounded like Buckley was challenging him, saying that he was MMA was the more superior of the two. So you're in the boxing world, so I gotta ask.
You win the dumbest question of the night award. Congratulations, sir.
Terrence Crawford and Buckley. I know these questions about boxing and MMA guys.
Terrence Crawford and who?
Dang, Dana. You done forgot who I was, huh? Right? You done forgot the dude that got, knockout of the year 2020, right? One of the most viral knockouts known for the UFC. You forgot one of the guys that you said, hey, man, this is the dude to watch out for in 2021, right? With Khamzat and Kevin Holland. You forgot that this is one of the guys that went on that 2024 crazy streak, right? In a new weight class at welterweight, knocking out 3 ranked opponents. You forgot that this was one of your most viral fighters that always get his name clipped and mentioned in everything he do. Look, Dana, it ain't nothing personal, bro. I think what you're doing for Zuffa Boxing is incredible, and especially giving boxers the opportunity to go out there and really build a name for themselves. But if you don't think that MMA fighters have an ability or have a place for Zuffa Boxing, I really believe that you are mistaken. And giving us an opportunity, man, to go out there and really put it on, some of these boxers and really show them, what it takes to really kind of go out there and put on a performance of a lifetime, right? Utilize us as a tool. Because one thing is kind of crazy to me, right, that you say that we can't compete in Zuffa Boxing, but you saying that these basketball players and these football players.
I think it's awesome that these guys want to try to fight.
Which I seen them train, bro. Here it is right here. Boy, straight train, right? You giving them a little bit too much confidence, right, in their mind. You know that we can go in there in the Zuffa Boxing, man, and put on some good work. And look, if you don't believe me, Dana, This one thing I tell you, right? I know you a type of person, you a betting man for sure, but get your boy Colin Wash, man, in the Apex with me, and we can get some work in, right? And I can show you, you know what I'm saying, how I get down in the boxing ring. Plain and simple. Let's go.
Shakur Stevenson said the UFC could never be boxing. Joaquin Buckley was right. Like, it doesn't have to be boxing. Because the reality is there's no big fights like there were in the past. Hey, I want to be the boxing of the 70s and 80s and 90s. There aren't enough big events to make us go back to the days when Ali was fighting, or when Tyson was fighting, or when you had the Four Kings and they were all fighting each other. I'm talking even the days of Lennox Lewis being the heavyweight champion. It was different back then. Canelo fought Terrence Crawford. It felt like a big event. But honestly, when I get super excited for these boxing fights, until you get young, exciting prospects that want to go out there and try to knock people out like the guys from the past, you're going to get the fight that we got where Terrence Crawford, who showed once again why he is the best, he just controlled Canelo Alvarez, who's the biggest star of this generation. And then it's just not that fun. Whereas when you get to the UFC, it's more fun, it's more exciting, and it's just better. And hats off to Joaquin Buckley for calling that shit out, because he should have called it out. We aren't boxing. The UFC's better. That's just the God honest truth.
Man, Walter, now I start to enjoy my training camp, my cutting weight, fighting week, you know. For me, it's no problem. If somebody wants, let's do it. I tell them I will be ready soon. If White House, of course, I want to be in White House because there may be one and only we will make the fighting in White House. I want to be in history. Now I'm already make good money, which one I enough for my family, you know. And now I have everything before. It's also not coming in my dream, you know. Now I just ready, you know. I training every day, still hungry, still fighting, still want to be champion.
I'll say for me, it's not really about him. This is about me. This is the bigger fight of his life. It's the biggest fight of my life in another aspect, not in the way for him as it is for me. Because I've been sitting at the top, still at the top, you know. I'm doing more than a lot of guys who are even champions, you know. But yeah, for him, this is a moment that he has to really lock in. And this is a moment that I have to really lock in as well, but not for the same reasons. So yeah, I welcome the challenge, and I'll make sure the best man wins.
We could clearly see the biggest change in Khamzat as like a more mature. It was during the fight week with the fight with Robert Whittaker. That was when everybody was like, "Oh, he's not aggressive anymore. He's wearing glasses. He's too calm. Maybe he's not hungry anymore. Maybe he doesn't want it anymore. Maybe he lost the aggression." You know, when people was asking me, my answer was simple, because I was already noticed this since maybe, let's say, 1.5, 2 years before that, slowly. But that specific year was when everything just switched, because his son born 1 year before, and right before that fight, his son needed to do a surgery. You know, and he said that in the interview, "No, I have to go to Sweden because my son gonna have a surgery there." And I knew that everything was okay with him, but the people that didn't follow that was even worried, you know. And they was asking me, and I was saying, before he had this animal inside of him that controls him. Now he's mature enough to still have that monster inside him, but he can control that. He doesn't need to keep unleashing 24/7.
Perfect.
Now he knows exactly when is the moment to unleash this animal. And you guys gonna see, and then he go fight Robert Whittaker, and everybody saw what happened.
Former UFC champion Ronda Rousey is officially coming out of retirement to return to MMA, and she's doing it in a legendary matchup against MMA pioneer Gina Carano on May 16, 2026 at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. This fight isn't happening in the UFC. It's being promoted by Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions, marking their first venture into MMA. Even bigger, the showdown will stream live globally on Netflix, making it the first ever live MMA event on the platform. Rousey last fought in MMA in 2016 against Amanda Nunes, who completely destroyed Rousey in just 48 seconds. While Carano is returning after a 17-year hiatus, her last fight was in 2009 against Chris Cyborg, a fight which Gina lost via TKO in round 1. This is one of the most anticipated super fights in years. Two pioneers finally meeting on a global stage, and it undoubtedly has the potential to become the most watched fight in the history of MMA. Rousey tweeted, "Been waiting so long to announce this. Me and Gina Carano are gonna throw down in the biggest super fight in women's combat sport history. And we're partnering with the Fighter First promotion Most Valuable Promotions, as well as the baddest streamer on the planet, Netflix. This is for all MMA fans past, present, and future. More to come, much more."
Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Good job! Jab! Head movement! Head movement! Yes, move!